everyone. I am Mr. Joven B. Gutierrez. I'm a teacher of Xelpi National High School and a co-proponent of Mr. Chody G. Magana Jr. in our project entitled Remedial Lessons in the Air. Our main objective is to increase the mastery level of Xelpi National High School students in mathematics, especially in Math 2 and Math 4. The topics to be discussed are the topics wherein students encounter difficulties as shown in their periodical exam. This includes special products and factoring, rational expressions and rational equations, algebraic equations, and operations of radicals and the like. This project cannot be initiated without the key persons in the school. So we are extending our deepest gratitude to our principal, Mr. Mario C. Garino, to our mathematics head teacher, Mrs. Nelly Tidasco, the Pixel Video Productions, and most especially to the owner of Mambulao Cat B System, Mr. Dr. Bienvenido Torres Jr. and Mrs. Marinette Torres. We are very thankful to have you in this program. So please stay tuned every Saturday for the other topics to be discussed. Thank you very much and God bless.
Good day, everybody. I'm Marife Osorio, Teacher 2 of Xelpi National High School, and I'm teaching Mathematics 3. Our remedial lesson for today will focus on equation and a system of linear equation. Our objectives are to determine whether a given number is the solution of a given equation, to solve equations using the addition and multiplication properties, and to solve linear system algebraically. Let us first define equation. Equation is a statement of equality between two expressions. It is a number sentence that says that expressions on either side of the equal sign represent the same number. Examples are 3 plus 5 equals 8, 15 minus 10 equals 2 plus 3, and x plus 8 equals 23. The sentence 15 minus 10 equals 2 plus 3 asserts that expression 15 minus 10 and 2 plus 3 make the same number. Some equations are true, some are false, and some are neither true nor false. Let us now determine whether this equation is true, false, or neither. 1 plus 10 equals 11. 1 plus 10 equals 11 is a true equation since 1 plus 10 is 11, so 11 is equals to 11. Another is 7 minus 8 equals 9 minus 13 is a false equation. Why? It is because 7 minus 8 is negative 1 and 9 minus 13 is negative 4. Negative 1 is not equal to negative 4. X minus 9 equals 3 have a variable. If an equation contains a variable, the equation may be neither true nor false. Some replacement may make it true and some may make it false. So let us define solutions of an equation as replacements that makes an equation true, whereas a solution set is the set of all solutions. Let us try to answer this one. Is negative 21 a solution for x plus 6 equals negative 15?
Negative 21 is a solution of x plus 6 equals negative 15. Because if you replace negative 21 for the value of x, negative 21 plus 6 is equals to negative 15. So, negative 15 is equals to negative 15.
How about in equation 2x minus 3 equals 5 if x is 18?
18 is not a solution for the equation 2x minus 3 is equals to 5 because when we replace the value of x by 18, 2 times 18 minus 3 is equals to 33 and 33 is not equal with 5. It proves that 18 is not a solution for the equation 2x minus 3 is equals to 5.
The two examples gives you an idea whether a number is a solution of a given equation or not. Now, let us determine whether the following given number is a solution of a given equation.
8 is a solution of x plus 5 equals 13 because if you substitute 8 to the variable x, 8 plus 5 is equal to 13. Therefore, 13 is equal to 13.
Negative 4 is not the solution of the equation 7x is equal to 16 because if we substitute negative 4 for the value of x, negative 4 times 7 is negative 28 and is not equal to 16. Therefore, negative 4 is not the solution of the equation.
5 is a solution for the equation 2x plus 3 is equal to 13 because if we replace 5 to the variable x, it will become 2 times 5 is equal to 10 plus 3 is equal to 13. Therefore, 13 is equal to 13. So, 5 is a solution for the equation.
3 is a solution of equation 3x plus 2 equals 11 because if you replace 3 for the variable x, 3 times 3 equals 9 plus 2 equals 11. Therefore, 3 is a solution of 3x plus 2 equals 11.
Negative 6 is not the solution for the equation 2x plus 3 is equals to 11 because if you substitute negative 6 to the variable x, negative 6 multiplied by 2 plus 3 is equals to negative 9. Negative 9 is not equal to 11. Therefore, negative 6 is not the solution for 2x plus 3 is equals to 11.
I hope that the 5 numbers that I gave you as an exercises for today's lessons really gives you an idea to check whether a number is a solution of a given equation or not. Let us consider the equation x equals 5. If we replace x with 5, we will get 5 equals 5, which is a true equation. How about if we consider 2x plus t equals 13? The solution is not obvious. Therefore, we have to consider principles that allow us to start with an equation and end up with an equivalent equation. The properties of equations are addition property of equality and multiplication property of equality. Addition property of equality states that if an equation A equals B is true, then A plus C equals B plus C is true for any number of C, where C is any real number. Addition property also tells us that we can subtract the same number on both sides of the equation, or simply transpose number on other side of the equation. Let us try to solve these equations using addition property of equality. X plus 6 equals negative 15. Using addition property of equality, you have to add the additive inverse of 6 on both sides of the equation. Additive inverse of a number is the same as its opposite. So the additive inverse of positive 6 is negative 6. So x plus 6 plus negative 6 equals negative 15 plus negative 6. Take note that you have to add the additive inverse of 6 on both sides of the equation. Simplifying now our expression, we have x plus 0 equals negative 21. Using the zero property for addition, your x now is equal to negative 21. For the second example, let us use y minus 4.7 equals 13.9. The additive inverse of negative 4.7 is positive 4.7. Additive means opposite, so therefore, let me reiterate it with you that negative 4.7, its opposite is positive 4.7. So you have to add on both sides equation the additive inverse of 4.7. If a number don't have a sign, mean to say it is already positive. Simplifying the expression, we have y plus 0 equals 18.6. Using the zero property for addition, we have y is equals to 18.6. Let us now have the other property of equation, the multiplication property. Multiplication property of equality states that if an equation A is equals to B is true, then A times C equals B times C is true for any number of C, where C is not equals to 0. This multiplication property also tells us that we can divide on both sides by a non-zero number. This is because division is the same as multiplying a reciprocal. In practice, we usually divide both sides by the number. Let us use this property in these two given examples. 4/5 x equals 22. To get the value of x, you have to get the reciprocal of 4/5. The reciprocal of 4/5 is 5/4. Multiplying both sides of the equation by the reciprocal of 4/5, we will now have 5/4. Then, 5 times 4 is 20, 4 times 5 is 20, which is equals to 1. Therefore, your x now is equals to 22 times 5 over 4. Factoring this out, we will now have the value of x now is 55 over 2. Let us now have the second example. 4x equals 9. The reciprocal of 4 is 1/4. So you have to multiply both sides of the equation by the reciprocal of 4. So we have 1/4. Simplifying this, your x now is equals to 9/4. Since multiplication is the same as division, you can have another solution like this. You have to divide 4 on both sides of the equation, leaving x equals 9/4. Using the two properties together, solve each equations.
Let's solve for the number 1. 3x minus 4 is equals to 13. To solve the value of x, we need to get the additive inverse of negative 4, which is positive 4. We need to add this on the both side of the equation. We will have 3x minus 4 plus 4 is equals to 13 plus 4. Then we simplify our expression. Since negative 4 and positive 4 is equals to 0, we just cancel it and put on below is 0, and what will remain is 3x plus 0 is equals to 17. Through the zero property of equality, our 3x is equals to 17. To simplify further our expression, we need to eliminate the numerical coefficient from the variable x. By Eliminating it, we need to use the multiplication property of equality. We need to get the reciprocal of 3, which is 1/3, and multiply on the both side of the equation. 1 times 3 is equals to 3, and 3 divided by 3 is equals to 1, and what will remain is x. X is equals to 17 times 1/3, or x is equals to 17 over 3. Or if you need to simplify further, it will become 5/2. Or if you want on the decimal form, it may be 5.7. That's all.
3 over 16x plus 1/8 is equal to 11 over 8. To simplify the equation, or to get the value of x in the equation, we need to get the additive inverse of positive 1/8, which is negative 1/8, and need to add it on the both side of the equation. To simplify our equation or the expression, we will cancel negative 1/8 and positive 1/8 since their sum is equal to 0. So what will remain is 3 over 16x equal to 10 over 8. To get the value of x, we shall multiply both sides of the equation to the reciprocal of the coefficient of x, which is 16 over 3. Since the product of 16 times 3 is 48 and 3 times 16 is 48, we can cancel it because their product is 1. So what will remain is x is equal to 10 over 8 times 16 over 3. We can factorize 16 and 8 since there are 2 8 in 16 and 1 8 in 8. To get the value of x, we shall multiply 10 to 2 is equal to 20 and 1 to 3 is equal to 3. Or we can simplify it to 6 and 2/3.
2.4 minus 5.12x is equals 3.14. To get the value of x, we must add the additive inverse of 2.4 in both sides of the equation. Therefore, we will have 2.4 plus negative 2.4 minus 5.12x is equals 3.14 plus negative 2.4. 2.4 plus negative 2.4, their value is equals to 0, therefore we can cancel it out. What will remain is negative 5.12x is equals to 0.74. To simplify, to get the value of x, we must add the both sides of the equation by the negative 5.12. Since 5.12 divided by 5.12 is equals to 1, therefore we can cancel it. And the remaining x, therefore x is negative 0.14.
8x plus 6 minus 2x is equals to negative 4x minus 14. We need first to solve for the similar terms. 8x minus 2x is equals to 6x plus 6 is equals to negative 4x minus 14. We need to add both sides by the additive inverse of 6, which is negative 6. So 6x plus 6 plus negative 6 is equals to negative 4x minus 14 plus negative 6. 6 plus negative 6 is 0. So we can cancel it out and remain 6x is equals to negative 4x minus 20. We need to get the additive inverse of negative 4x and add it both sides of the equation, which is positive 4x. So 6x plus 4x is equals to negative 4x minus 20 plus 4x. Negative 4x plus 4x is equals to 0. So negative 20 will be remain. 6x plus 4x is definitely 10x. We need to get the reciprocal of the coefficient of x and divide it both sides by the equation, which is 1/10. 10 multiplied by 1 over 10 is actually 1. So x will be remain is equals to negative 20 over 10. Negative 20 divided by 10 is negative 2. So the value of x is negative 2.
3 times the quantity of 7 minus 2x is equal to 14 minus 8 times the quantity of x minus 1. We must remove the parentheses in both sides of the equation using the distributive property of multiplication on addition. So, 3 times 7 is 21 minus 3 times negative 2 is 6x. And for the other one, negative 8 times x is negative 8x. And negative 8 times negative 1 is positive 8. Then, if the equation turns in this, we must add like terms or similar terms. So, 21, here, 14 and 8 are similar. So, 21 minus 6x is equal to negative 8x plus 22. Then, using the addition property of equality, we add the additive inverse of 21 and negative 8 on both sides of the equation. So, we will have 21 plus negative 21 minus 6x plus 8x is equal to negative 8x plus 8x plus 22 plus negative 21. Then, cancelling out 21 plus negative 21 and 8 plus negative 8, since their sum is 0, remaining out 2x, since negative 6x plus positive 8x is 2x, and negative 21 plus positive 22 is equal to 1. Then, using again the multiplication property of equality, we multiply both sides of the equation to the coefficient of x, which is 1/2. So, I would just like to make a correction. We would not be allowed to put 1/2 on the other side, since the parentheses covered the whole equation. So, 1/2 times 2x is equal to 2 over 2x. And 1/2 times 1 is 1/2. Cancelling out 2 over 2 since it is 1, and 1 times x is x. Therefore, the value of x in the equation is 1/2.
For your assignment, you solve for these 10 numbers. As you have probably noted, solving the value of the linear equation is not that difficult. In this topic, you will learn to solve systems of linear equation algebraically. Let us first define a system of linear equations. A system of linear equations consists of two or more linear equations with the same variable. Examples are 2x plus 3y equals 4 and 3x minus y equals -5. Another example is x plus 3y equals 1 and -y equals 4 minus 2x. The solution of a system includes all the ordered pairs that make both equations true at the same time. To solve the system of linear equation means to determine all ordered pair of real numbers simultaneously to satisfy the equation of the system. The algebraic methods that we are going to study for today are the substitution method, the elimination method, and the comparison method. Let us start with the first non-graphical method in finding the solutions of a system. The substitution method. The substitution method, this is the most useful in solving linear system in which one variable has coefficient of 1. Let us try to answer this example. To find the solution of the system x minus y equals 1 and x plus y equals 4, using the substitution method, you have first to change the first equation. This will be your first equation and this will be your second equation. Let us express the first equation in x in terms of y. So you have to change the first equation. So x is equal to 1 plus y. So this will become now your third equation. Using the value of x in our third equation, you substitute it in the second equation. So we will now have x plus y equals 4. Substituting the value of x in the third equation, we will now have 1 plus y equals 4. Simplifying this expression, we have 1 plus 2y equals 4. Using addition property of equality, we will now have 2y is equal to 4 minus 1. Take note, we use the addition property of equality in this step. Simplifying the expression on the right side of the equation, 2y is equals to 3. To eliminate the coefficient of 2 in our variable y, you have to use the multiplication property of equality. Here we use again the multiplication property of equality. So y here is equals to 3/2. To solve for x, Let's use the third equation. So x equals 1 plus y. Substituting the value of y, which is 3 halves, we have 1 plus 3 halves equals 5 halves. You might ask, where did we get 5 halves? 5 halves, we get the LCD, and the LCD is, the least common denominator is 2. Then we have, so 2 times 1 is 2. So we can directly write 2 here, then we have 3. So we will now have 5 halves. So therefore, the solution of our system is 5 halves and 3 halves. To check whether this solution is correct, you go back to the original equation. Using equation 1 we have, and substituting the value of x and y in our variables on both equations. So x minus y equals 1. 5 halves minus 3 halves equals 1. Since the denominator the same, so the denominator are the same, so we just copy the denominator and subtract 3 from 5. So we have 2. So therefore 1 is equals to 1. Therefore the solution is correct for the first equation. How about in the second equation? X plus y equals 4. The value of x is 5 halves. And the value of y is 3 halves. Since the denominators are the same, you copy the denominator and just add the numerator. So we have now here 8. So 8 divided by 2 is 4. Therefore, 5 halves and 3 halves is also correct for the second equation.
Now let's solve for number 1. X plus y is equals to 12 and y minus 3x is equals to 0. This is served as the first equation and this is served as the second equation. We must now express the first equation for the x in terms of y. So the first equation will become x is equals to 12 minus y. And this equation is served as the third equation. We can now get the value of y because we now know the value of x in the third equation. We can now substitute 12 minus y in our second equation, which is y minus 3x is equals to 0. Substitute now the value of x in the second equation. Y minus 3 multiply the quantity of 12 minus y is equals to 0. In this case, we will use the distributive property of multiplication over addition, which 3 minus 3 multiply 12 is negative 36, and negative 3 multiply negative 9 is equals to negative 3y. Positive 3y. Sorry. Is equals to 0. We can now combine or add the same terms. Positive y plus 3y is equals to 4y minus 36 is equals to 0. We can now use the additive inverse so that the variable y will be remain. The additive inverse of negative 36 is positive 36. So we may now add positive 36 in the both side. 4y minus 36 plus positive 36 is equals to positive 36. Negative 26 plus 26 is equals to 0. So 4y will be remain. Is equals to 36. We can now proceed to the multiplication property equality, which is we can divide both sides the coefficient of y so that the y will be remain. 4 divided by 4 and 36 divided by 4. Since 4 and 4 is 1, 1 multiplied by y is y. So we will remain y is equals to 36 divided by 4 is definitely 9. So the value of y is 9. Since the value of y are known, we can now substitute the value of y in the first equation, which is x plus y is equals to 12. Substitute y in the variable y. So x plus 9 is equals to 12. And add the additive inverse of 9 in the both side, which is negative 9. X plus 9 plus negative 9 is equals to 12 plus negative 9. 9 plus negative 9 is definitely 0, so the x will be remain. Equals 12 plus negative 9 is negative 3, ay positive 3. So the value of x and y in the given is positive 3 and positive 9. And we can now check if 3 and 9 is the correct solution of our given. Substitute 3 and 9 to the first equation. So 3 plus 9 is equals to 12. 3 plus 9 is 12. Is equals to 12. So 12 is equals to 12. Definitely, the first equation is fit to the 3 and 9. We can now substitute 3 and 9 to the second equation. 9 minus 3 multiply 3 is equals to 0. Negative 3 multiply 3 is negative 9. 9 minus 9 is definitely 0. So the 3 and 9 is the solution for the second equation.
3x plus 2y equals 27. And the second one, x minus y equals 4. This will be the first equation and the second equation. Express the second equation in terms x. Now we will become x equals y plus 4. Substituting y plus 4 to the first equation. Now we will have 3 times quantity y plus 4 plus 2y equals 27. Multiply using the multiplication of property of equality. 3 times y is equals 3y plus 3 times 4 equals 12 plus 2y equals 27. Combining like terms or similar terms, 3 plus 2y, 3y plus 2y equals 5y plus 12 equals 27. Using the addition of property of equality, we have 5y plus 12 plus negative 12 is equals to 27
plus negative 12, which is the additive inverse of positive 12. Now simplifying the expression. Since positive 12 plus negative 12 is equal to 0, we will remain 5y equals 27 plus negative 12. In the other side, we will add. Since it is negative, so we will subtract. The answer is 15. Using the coefficient of y, we have 5 over 5. 5y divided by 5 equals y, since it is 1. And 15 divided by 5 equals 3. In the second equation, we will have x equals y plus 4. We will substitute the value of y in the first equation. So we have x equals 3 plus 4. So the value of x is equals to 7. To check the equation, to check the solution is correct, now we will proceed to the correction. In the first equation, we will substitute 3 and the value and 7. 3 times 7 plus 2 times 3 equals 27. Multiply 3 times 7 is equal to 21 plus 2 times 3 is equal to 6. 21 plus 6 is equals to 27. Equals to 27. So that is correct. In the second equation, we will substitute the value of x and the value of y. X minus y equals 4, and the value of x is 7, the value of y is 3, equals 4. So 7 minus 3 is equals 4. 4 is equals to 4.
And that is how we solve systems of linear equations by substitution. This time, let us proceed to the next method, which is the elimination method. Elimination method, this makes use of the addition property for equation. This involves combining the two equations so that variable is eliminated. So let us try it in this example. So to solve the solution for our system, you have to arrange it vertically so that we can eliminate variables. Positive y and negative y here are opposite of each other. So we can eliminate positive y and negative y. Then we have now 4x equals 8. Using multiplication property of equality, divide both sides of the equation by 4. Therefore, your x now is equal to 2. To get the value of y, you use the value of x in any of the given equation. Let us use equation 1. Using equation 1, we have 2x plus y equals 5. Substituting the value of the variable x to the first variable, we have now 2 times 2 plus y equals 5. Simplifying this expression, we have 4 plus y equals 5. Using addition property of equality, you have to add the additive inverse of 4 on both sides of the equation. Therefore, we have y equals 5 minus 4. Therefore, the value of y is 1. The solution of our system now is 2 and 1. To check whether the value of x and y are correct for our two equations, let us check. Let us check it on the first equation, 2x plus y equals 5. Replacing the value of our solution x, we have 2 plus, the value of y is 1, we have 5. On the other side of the equation, then 4 plus 1 equals to 5. Therefore, 5 is equals to 5. For the second equation, we have 2x minus y equals 3. Replacing the value of x in our equation and the value of y in this equation, we will now have 3 is equal to 3. Therefore, 2 and 1 is a solution for equation 2. Using the elimination method, trying to solve each system using elimination.
Now, let's solve for the first system. X plus y is equals to 10 and x minus y is equals to negative 6. Assuming that this is our first equation and this is our second equation. And then we will put this on a vertical form. We will have x plus y is equals to 10 plus x minus y is equals to negative 6. As can you see positive y and negative y, they are opposite to each other, so that we can eliminate it because their sum is 0. And what will remain is 2x is equals to 4. Then proceed to the multiplication property of equality. 2x is equals to 4. Multiply both sides the reciprocal of the numerical coefficient of x, which is 2, and the reciprocal of it is 1/2. Then cancel because 2 times 1 is equals to 2 and 2 divided by 2 is equals to 1. So what will remain is x is equals to 1/2 times 4. 4 times 1, 4 times 1, because it will become 4 half, and 4 divided by 2 is equals to 2. Then the value of x is equals to 2. To solve the value of y, we need to substitute it to any of the first or second equation. Then I will use the first equation, which is x plus y is equals to 10. Substitute the value of x, which is 2. 2 plus y is equals to 10. Using the addition property of equality, we need to get the additive inverse of 2 and add it to the both side of the equation. The additive inverse of 2 is negative 2. And we will have 2 plus negative 2 plus y is equals to 10 plus 2. negative 2, sorry. Then, we can cancel it out because 2 plus negative 2 is equals to 0, and we will remain is the y, and it equals to 10 plus negative 2, which is 8. Then the value of y is 8, and our solution is 2 and 8. To check if the solution is right, let's go to the checking. Just substitute the solution from the first and second solution. A second equation, which is x plus y is equals to 10. Substitute 2 plus 8 is equals to 10. 10 is equals to 10. The solution is fitted to the first equation. Now let's see on the second equation. X plus x minus y is equals to negative 6. Substitute 2 minus 8 is equals to negative 6. Negative 6 is equals to negative 6, and also the solution is fitted for the second equation, so that our solution is the solution for this system.
Now, let's proceed to the second system, which is 5x minus 2y is equal to negative 6. And the second one is 2x plus y is equal to 8. As you have noticed, there is no variable, we cannot cancel out any variables. So, we must multiply the second equation, which is this one, by 2, positive 2. So, multiply by positive 2, then it becomes 4x plus 2y equals 16. Then, aligning it with the first equation, which is 5x minus 2y is equal to negative 6. We can now cancel out the variable y, since positive 2y's opposite is negative 2y. So, adding out 4x plus 5x is equal to 9x, and adding positive 16 and negative 6, which is 10. Then, using the multiplication property of equality, divide both equations to the coefficient, numerical coefficient of x, which is 9. So, cancelling out 9, since 9 over 9 is 1, and 1 times x is x. Then, for the other one, 10 over 9 cannot be divided, so it remains like that. So, the value of x is 10 over 9. Then, to get the value of the other variable, substitute the value of x to the second equation, which is this one. So, we substitute the value of x to the equation. Then we have 2 times 10 over 9 plus y is equal to 8. Multiplying 2 by 10 is 20 over 9. Remain 9, since 2 has an imaginary denominator, which is 1. Then, plus y is equal to 8. Again, using the addition property of equality, add the additive inverse of positive 20 over 9 on both sides of the equation. So, the additive inverse of 20 over 9 is negative 20 over 9. So, 20 over 9 plus negative 20 over 9 plus y is equal to 8 plus negative 20 over 9. Then, cancelling out 20 over 9 plus negative 20 over 9, since their sum is 0, and remain y. In this case, we can just multiply 8 by 9 and subtract it by 20 and divide it all over by 9. So 72, since 8 times 9 is 72, minus 20 over 9. 72 minus 20 is 52. Remain 9 under the denominator, and you now have the value of y. To check if the solution or the value of x and y is correct, substitute the values to the system. On our first equation, we have 5x minus 2y is equal to negative 6. Substitute x, 5 times 10 over 9 minus 2 times the value of y is 52 over 9 is equal to negative 6. 5 times 10 is 50. Remain 9 under the denominator. Then minus 2 times 52 is 104. And again, remain 9 under the denominator is negative 6. 50 minus 104 is negative 54. Over 9, since we have here the denominator 9, is equal to negative 6. Negative 54 divided by 9 is negative 6. So, the solutions fitted on the first equation. Now let's have it for the second one. 2x plus y is equal to 8. Substitute the value of x, which is 10 over 9, plus the value of y, 52 over 9 is equal to 8. 2 times 10 is 20. Remain 9 under the denominator, plus 52 over 9 is equal to 8. 20 plus 52 is 72. 72 over 9, since we have here 9 on the denominator side, is equal to 8. 72 divided by 9 is 8. Therefore, 8 is equal to 8. So the solution fitted also for the second equation.
The third method in solving for the solution of a system is a comparison method. This linear equation uses the transitive property of equality, which states that quantities equal to the same quantities are equal. In this, the unknown in the two equations has coefficient of 1. Let us find the solution of this system using the comparison method. To find the solution of the system, x plus y equals 8 and x minus y equals 2, you have to rewrite both equations in terms of x to find y. So we will now have x equals 8 minus y and x equals 2 plus y. This will be our first equation, second equation, and this will be our third equation and fourth equation. We have to equate equation 3 and 4 since they are both equals to x. So therefore we have 8 minus y equals 2 plus y. To simplify it further, we have to combine similar terms using addition property of equality. So we'll now have negative y minus y equals 2 minus 8. So we have negative y plus negative y is negative 2y equals negative 6. Using multiplication property of equality, we can divide what? By negative 2. Therefore, Negative 2 divided by negative 2 is 1. So what will remain here is y. Then negative 6 divided by negative 2 is 3. So the value of y is 3. To solve for x, you use the value of y in any of the given equations from 1 and 2. So let us use equation 1. Using equation 1, we have x plus y equals 8. Substituting the value of y, the variable y, we have 3 equals 8. Using addition property of equality, we have x equals 8 minus 3. Therefore, the value of x is 5. The solution of our system now is 5 and 3. Let us check whether 5 and 3 is a solution of our system. So let us use this solution in these two equations. So x plus y equals 8. Substituting the value of x, we have 5 plus, for the value of y we have 3 equals 8. 8 equals to 8, therefore our solution is correct. Then, for the second equation, let us use it in x minus y equals 2. The value of x is 5 and y is 3. 5 minus 3 is 2, which is equals to 2. Therefore, 5 and 3 is also the solution for the second equation.
Let's solve for the value of the first system, which is x plus y is equals to 10 and x minus y is equals to 6. Assuming that this is our first equation and this is the second equation, we need both equation expressed to x in terms of y. It will become x is equals to 10 minus y and x is equals to 6 plus y. Since the both equation is equal in x, we need to equate this third and fourth equation. It looks like this. 10 minus y is equals to 6 plus y. To solve this equation, we need to combine all like terms or similar terms. We will have negative y minus y is equals to 6 minus 10. Negative y minus y is equals to 2, negative 2y is equals to negative 4. To simplify this equation, we need to use the multiplication property of equality. We need to multiply both sides by the reciprocal of the coefficient of y, which is negative 2, and the reciprocal is negative 1/2. And just cancel because 2 times 1 is equals to 2 and 2 divided by 2 is equals to 1. The remaining is y is equals to 4 times 1/2. Then 4 times 1 is equals to 4. 4 divided by 2 is equals to 2. Then our y is equals to 2. Then to solve for x, you just substitute the value of y in any of the first and second equation. For me, I will just use the first equation. The first equation is x plus y is equals to 10. Substitute the value of y, x plus 2 is equals to 10. Using the addition property of equality, we need to add we need to add both sides the additive inverse of 2, which is negative 2. X plus 2 plus negative 2 equals 10 plus negative 2. Then, since 2 and negative 2, their sum is 0, we just cancel it, and what will remain is x. X is equals to 10 plus 2 plus negative 2, which is 8. And the value of x is 8. And our solution is 8 and 2. To check if our solution is correct, we need to substitute in the first and second equation. Checking. Then, substitute in the first equation, x plus y is equals to 10. The value of x is 8 plus 2 is equals to 10. Then, 8 plus 2 is equals to 10 is equals to 10. 10 is equals to 10. Then, this is correct for the first equation. Then, try it to the second equation. X minus y is equals to 6. And substitute the value of x and y. 8 minus 2 is equals to 6. 8 minus 2 is equals to 6. 6 is equals to 6. And this is correct equation. Then, 8 and 2 is the solution for the system. X plus y is equals to 10 and x minus y is equals to 6.
Now let's proceed to the second equation or system, which is x plus 2y is equal to 5 and 3x plus y is equal to 7. Assume this as the first equation and the second one is this. We must rewrite the system in x form to get the value of y. So, we have for the first equation, x is equal to 5 minus 2y. For the second one, we have 3x is equal to 7 minus y. Since we have a numerical coefficient for x, we must divide the whole equation by 3 to remove the coefficient of x. So, cancelling out 3, remain x. We have 7 over 3 minus y over 3. So, this will be our third equation and this will be our fourth one. Since equation 3 and 4 are equal to x, we equate them such that 5 minus 2y is equal to 7 over 3 minus y over 3. In much simpler term, to simplify this, we can multiply the whole equation by the LCD or the least common denominator, which is 3, to cancel out the denominators. So, cancelling out 3, remain y. 3 divided by 3 is 1, multiplied by 7, so 7 is equal to 3 times 2y is 6y, then 3 times 5 is 15. So, this will be the expression. Now, we must simplify this by combining similar terms using the addition property of equality. So, 15 plus negative 15, which is the additive inverse of the constant term, minus 6y plus the additive inverse of negative y, which is positive y, then equals 7 plus negative 15, then negative minus y plus positive y. Then cancelling out 15 plus negative 15 and negative y plus positive y, since their sum is 0. and remain negative 5y, since negative 6y plus y is negative 5y. Then, negative 8, since 7 plus negative 15 is negative 8. Then, using the multiplication property of equality, we can divide both equations by the numerical coefficient of y, which is negative 5. So, negative 5 on the denominator, cancelling out negative 5 and negative 5, since their value is 1, and 1 times y is y, so we remain y. Then, negative 8 divided by negative 5 is positive, so we may write this as 8 over 5. So, the value of y is 8 over 5. Note that in getting the other value of the variable, we may use any of the 4 equations. So, in here, we may use the third equation. So, x is equal to 5 minus 2 times 8 over 5. Then, x is equal to, so substitute the value of y to the third equation, then multiply 2 by 8 is 16 over 5. Then, we can multiply 5 by 5, then subtract it by 16 rather. So, 5 times 5 is 25 minus 16, then divide it all over by 5. Then, 25 minus 16 is 9. Remain 5 under the denominator sign and bring down x. So, the value of x is 5 over 9. To check if the solution, which is 9 over 5 and 8 over 5, is the true equation, the true solution for the system, we substitute the values to the original system. Note that in checking, we only use the original equation. So, substitute it for the equation 1. The value of x is 9 over 5. Equation 1 is x plus 2y is equal to 5. Then substitute the value of x, which is 9 over 5, plus 2 times the value of y, which is 8 over 5, is equal to 5. Multiply 2 by 8, which is 16. So, remain 5 under the denominator place. Then, 9 plus, since the fractions are similar, we may add them. Add the numerator and copy the denominator. So, 9 plus 16 is 25. Over 5 is equal to 5. Since 25 divided by 5 is 5, therefore, the solution fitted for the first equation. Now, let's have it for the second one. 3x plus y is equal to 7. Substitute the value of y and x, which is 9 over 5, plus the value of y, 8 over 5, equals 7. Multiply 3 by 9, which is 27 over 5, plus 8 over 5, equals 7. Since again, they're similar fractions, we may add their numerator and copy the denominator. So, as a result, we have 35 over 5 is equal to 7. 35 divided by 5 is 7. Therefore, the solution also fitted for the second equation.
For your assignment, I would like you to work on this using the 3 methods. in solving the equation of a system. My dear students and viewers, our lessons that we provide to you every time does not follow a classroom routine. Our purpose is to remediate lessons in algebra for your future use. I hope that every time we, the math teachers of Xelpi National High School, gives you these lessons, you learn something from it. I'm Norte Osorio, math teacher of Xelpi National High School. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.